Hello everybody, I hope that you're well. My name is Christianne and I'm currently backpacking solo around Thailand. I've been having such a wonderful time exploring the country and believe it's one of the best countries in the world to travel around. You could literally spend months here without getting bored. So obviously I was thrilled when the Thailand Tourism Board got in touch. This video is kindly sponsored by them and they wanted me to show you all just how great Thailand is and why it should be your next travel destination. So with pleasure, let's talk about why Thailand is so awesome and what you can expect when you travel here yourself. Since this is Backpacking Bananas, I feel like I have to start by talking about how good the backpacker scene is here. Backpackers have been coming to Thailand since long before I was even born, and the accessibility and possibilities for backpackers are only ever improving. There are an abundance of hostels everywhere you go, and there are options to suit everyone's budget. Whether you're on a super frugal budget and want to stay somewhere very basic, or whether you're looking for a more luxurious hostel experience, there is always something for you. I found that the majority of backpackers I've met in hostels are traveling solo and everyone is up for meeting new people. The second I went solo on this trip, I met new people instantly and effortlessly. And it was the biggest blessing I could have asked for at that time. You also find yourself moving in the same directions as other backpackers, so you start traveling together or meet up with previous friends and future destinations. It's really one of those countries where by the end, you're bumping into people you know almost everywhere, and I absolutely love that feeling. But if backpack is not your style, Thailand also caters so well to the luxury market. You have some of the most beautiful resorts in the world here. You can find fine dining experiences, arrange private bespoke tours to destinations where it feels like you're the only ones in paradise, and of course spa treatments galore. If you want to get pampered, Thailand is the place to come. For me, as well as being a backpacker here, I am also a digital nomad and I need to get work done as I travel, and I can safely say that Thailand is the best country I've ever been to for digital nomads. The Wi-Fi is so fast everywhere you go. I've never seen anything like that even in a Western country. I need good upload speeds for my job and I'll be uploading 20 gigabytes of footage in under 10 minutes in most places in the country. It's outrageous really, and I'm stoked about it. There's also an abundance of beautiful cafes to spend a couple of hours sipping a fresh coffee with your laptop, being productive in paradise. Thailand is home to some of the most iconic scenery in the world. You've got the islands with world-class beaches, that powdery soft white sand mixed with the crystal clear warm waters. You've got the mountains and an abundance of wildlife. People might often ask if you prefer a mountainous or beachy holiday, and to be honest, if you come to Thailand, you wouldn't have to choose because you can enjoy both landscapes in one trip. One of my favourite landscapes that I visited on this trip was in Khao Sok National Park, located in southern Thailand. It is covered by the oldest evergreen forest in the world. You have huge limestone mountains shooting straight up into the air beside breathtaking lakes, deep valleys, enchanting caves, and thousands of wild animals roaming around to spot. My jaw was dropping around every corner, and the awesome thing is that you can actually sleep over in the national park. I went on a tour with a hostel and we stayed in little bamboo bungalows floating over the water. We spent our day swimming, kayaking, and chilling by the lake and making memories surrounded by the insane nature that engulfed us. And with that diverse scenery means that there are an unlimited number of sports and activities that you can do, both on land and in water. In every destination there are different hikes to go on, different fish to be seen, so don't forget to bring your own snorkel. One of my favourite activities to do in Thailand is the multi-day treks that are so popular up in northern Thailand. We did a 3-day, 2-night trek departing from Chiang Mai, and everything about it is brilliant. Our friendly guide, the adventurous hike through the jungle with river crossings, sleeping in the middle of the jungle within a tribal village, bamboo rafting for kilometers down the river, and of course hanging out with elephants. It is important to remember with elephant tourism that you choose an ethical elephant experience, so do your research. There are some great sanctuaries across the country with excellent welfare standards, giving elephants a happy and safe home. Something that I always like to do on my backpacking trips is learn a new skill. I find it gives my trip so much more purpose and gives me even more value coming away from that trip. On this trip, I learned Muay Thai boxing for the first time, and there is no better place in the world to learn this sport. It is Thailand's national sport after all. Thailand is also a fabulous place to learn to scuba dive. The island of Koh Tao is one of the most affordable places in the world to get your open water license. And not to mention, you get to see so many awesome fish, and the water is warm and you spend all day out on the water. It truly is paradise out there. Or if action isn't your thing, how about taking a Thai cooking class and learning how to cook like a local so you can impress everyone back home with your newfound cooking skills. A big reason why Thailand is so popular with backpackers is that the prices can be so affordable and your money really can travel a long way if you play your cards right. You can get a delicious meal for just 50 baht. A night in a good quality hostel costs no more than 300 baht. And taking a dip in Thailand's crystal clear waters is absolutely free. There was some street food stands in Koh Samui which had sushi and fried chicken for just 5 baht. We would feel like absolute kings of fried chicken grabbing 10 pieces each for 50 baht. Let's talk a little bit more about food, because Thai cuisine is famous across the world and you would pay good money for great authentic Thai food in a foreign country. Well, when you're here, that great authentic Thai food is around every corner. On this trip, I discovered a dish called khao soi, which is a speciality in northern Thailand, and you can get it at almost every street market for around 50 baht, and it's like a chicken noodle soup with curry spices and crispy noodles to top it off. Honestly, I am drooling just thinking about it. As well as the Thai food, you also have an unlimited number of international options to suit your tastes. As I've been in the country for several months, I do like to mix it up a bit and try a different cuisine every night, and no matter where I am in the country, there is always something that tickles your fancy. Make sure you check out the Michelin Guide for approved street food to starred fine dining. They say that Thailand is the land of smiles, and they're not wrong. No matter where you are, you will always be greeted with a smiling, friendly face from one of the locals. As a solo traveler, this means so much to me, because even when I'm completely alone, I never actually feel alone. I pop into a local cafe, restaurant, or head to the beach, and I'm greeted with a friendly face. The Thai people are genuinely so happy to have you there and are always up for a chat or try their best to answer any questions that you have. I can't say enough good words about some of the people I've met here. A memory of this trip that I think I will remember for the rest of my life is moments after breaking up with my boyfriend and being in absolute pieces and visiting a cafe in Koh Tao full of local workers living on the island. I walked into this cafe crying and I left with a beaming smile on my face. I was a complete stranger walking into that cafe and they completely took care of me, radiating positivity, and I will forever be grateful for their kindness and charisma. Traveling around Thailand is super easy, particularly traveling between the popular spots. There are travel agencies located all over who have access to Thailand's entire transport system, so no matter where you are going, they've got options for you. Slow boats, speed boats, night boats, trains, vans, buses, transfers. You say where you want to go and they'll organize it all for you. It really has never been easier than this. And all of this can be arrived when you arrive in your destination, so you can keep your schedule flexible and not stress about booking everything before you arrive. In fact, I'd say it's actually preferable to book it all once you are here. And on the subject of travel, I have to talk about scooter life. Oh, there is just not many things I enjoy more than renting a scooter on an island in Thailand and just exploring the coastline between palm trees, feeling the wind in your hair and the sun on your skin, with the ability to make a turn down any road that looks tempting and just see where it takes you. This isn't something we can do so easily or affordably back home, but it takes just 5 minutes to rent a scooter here. It normally costs around 250 baht for 24 hours, and just like that, Thailand is your giant playground. The weather in Thailand is pretty perfect all year round. Even when it rains, it is still warm outside, so you never even have to think about bringing a jumper with you. The hot weather means you can pack lighter, clothes dry quicker after washing, and you're never short of that well-needed vitamin D. We have got caught in a fair few tropical storms along the way, but it's all part of the adventure. In Koh Tao, we went out into the ocean when it was pouring with rain, and it was one of the most liberating experiences I've ever had. And also, a bonus of coming during green season is that everything looks so lush and green, and the waterfalls and rivers are at their absolute best. So I think it's safe to say that I think Thailand is just fab, and I could go on about why I think it's so amazing. I'm already planning my trip back. Even though I've been here for over 2 months, there are just so many more places to explore and that I am yet to discover. There is something for everyone of all ages, budgets, interests, and no matter what, Thailand will welcome you with a big smile and make you feel right at home. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out the links in the description to find out more about traveling Thailand. I will put some useful resources down there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!